Greetings, Internets. Thinker2112 here at 21:48 Eastern Daylight Time on Friday, the 4th of May, 2012. Let's play Plants vs. Zombies. Alright, I've already done some watering here, as you can see. I'm just showing off what the golden watering can will do. It'll actually water up to 4 plants at a time. At least in the regular garden. In the mushroom garden, it isn't quite as effective because the plants are further apart. But it's not getting 4 plants at once here because I didn't have that many plants left to be watered. Because I know you guys probably didn't want to watch me watering my plants for several rounds. So I've gotten some more money courtesy of Stinky. That's actually enough to buy the last plant, which I will do. The Cob Cannon. This one is the biggest of the big guns in terms of your plants, and I will demonstrate it when it seems best to do so. So now that I have all the plants, let's start with Survival Endless. I've only attempted this once. I got the 10 flags. Let's see if I can do that well this time. Alright, Survival Endless always takes place in a daytime pool setting. See that we have only basic types of zombies here, but of course that will change in later rounds. Alright, what else do I want to put down? Oh, you may notice that these have these pluses next to them. The rules are slightly different for these Crazy Dave plants here. And I'll explain that once the level gets going. Now, this may be better. You know what? I'm going to have... Yeah, I'm gonna put some of these fancy plants here, just in case I have the spare sun to invest in the future. Oh no, you know what? I'll switch one of those out for a cattail. And another one for a pumpkin. So I think those might be handier. So the deal with the pluses is, the more of these things you have, this applies to any of the Crazy Dave plants, the more the next one will cost. For each one that you have, the next one will cost 25 more. So if I had 3 spikeweeds down, or spike rocks down, say, the 4th one would cost 200. Which really limits how much you can use these special plants. Now, why that's done in this mode in particular, I'm not sure. Like, why just in this mode and not in the other ones. I guess it's just to make it more challenging. So you know, my dad his hands haven't been feeling that well. You know, occupational hazard when your living is playing the violin. So it has become my duty to mow the lawn every week. So because I mowed the lawn today, I'd been planning to record Earthbound, and it was going to be a long session. Going to be up to the last dungeon. But because it turned out that the ground was dry enough for me to mow the lawn today, I decided to do that and to record Earthbound tomorrow. So I was going to vlog today, but I realized one of the things I was going to say in my vlog was that I felt like this and the other 2 Let's Plays that I've been working on have been taking forever. I mean, this one's been going since August, and it's the one I started most recently. The other 2 I started in 2010. So yeah, they have been going on for a while. So I figured rather than mentioning that and talking about it, in my vlog. Why don't I do something about it and record more of one of those games? So yes, that was an unnecessarily long-winded explanation, but there you go. I'm only going to attempt this once, because of the length of this Let's Play, which is already a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be like 40 or 50 videos. Turns out it's going to be closer to 80, maybe 85. Of course, it's also taking me longer to do just in terms of the number of recording sessions, because I did not anticipate having these difficulties with my capture software. Alright, better start with the tall notes here. Like I've said, if a plant takes a long time to charge, it's a good idea to plant ahead, shall we say. Looks like I'm not going to get around to the cattails. Oh well. Wonder what the other zombies are. Oh, here they come. I was going to say, I wonder what they were waiting for. I guess that was just the next wave. It's less obvious when it's not a huge wave, but I guess the zombies will generally wait for a little while to come if the previous wave is not defeated. Key phrase being a little while. Now, it helps to plan out long-term what you're going to do near the beginning so that you have to do less switching in later rounds. This setup, or some variation thereof, you've obviously seen many times before in this Let's Play. I want to get my wall up early and to make it strong with pumpkins. By the way, depending on how far I get in Survival Endless, I may or may not go on to the World 4, go back to the World 4 stages. If I do, though, Kind-Hearted Gamer 422 had an idea that I want to test, and that's putting pumpkins on your sun shrooms where there are digger zombies. That strikes me as a very good idea, because not only does that protect your sun shrooms, it also slows down the digger zombies. That's going to eat my torchwood. That's annoying. Eating my repeater would be even more annoying. But he's not quite going to get to it. Or not quite going to eat it. Oh, the pumpkin's gone. Great. How did that happen? I really should have an explodey plan. Instead, I'll just double the damage. Reinforcements have arrived! Oh, they're not hesitating in bringing out some of the special ones. This is one of the challenges of Survival Endless, is that I believe every type of zombie shows up. If not every type, then almost every type. Nah, I probably don't need cattails for this round. Gatling peas might be useful. I want twin sunflowers. Yeah, I won't need that many specialized plants. Like, spikeweed and tall nuts will take care of the two special zombie types here. Won't need potato mines anymore. Eventually, I will want to replace some of my repeaters with melon pulse, because you're going to need to do plenty of damage in some of these stages. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go here. That one was in the middle of blinking. Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe it's not plus 25, maybe it's plus 50 for the Crazy Dave plants with each one you plant. Okay. Gonna want that extra column of repeaters right away. I wonder if it's plus 50 for every plant or if it's more or less for other types. Alright, plus 50 for that one. That dancing zombie isn't going to do much. Because, yeah, that's why I put the spikeweed there. Okay, I'm glad I'm putting up these twin sunflowers because this stuff is going to cost me a lot of sun. Okay, I should work on these repeaters, because my defenses are really getting worn out here. One reason why I don't do this mode very often is because, frankly, it's slightly depressing. It's like there's no way it can end except for your brains getting eaten. Alright, dolphins shouldn't be a problem. That pumpkin needs fixing. Okay, time for more Gatling keys now. Maybe some Spikerock as well. As you can see, this gets very expensive. Hence the twin sunflowers, and you'll notice that I am not replacing my other sunflowers. Yeah, I'm gonna need to have more Gatling peas here. What really worries me is the fact that there are soon going to be zombies that can just, you know, go past your defenses, like diggers. And of course the ass munchers that come up, you know, in the middle of the pool. Unfortunately, that tall nut is blocking me from seeing the cost of a Spikerock. Just have to figure it out based on how many I have. Alright, nothing too special here, but magnet shrooms might be a good idea. On the other hand, I could just beat them up. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna skip the magnet shrooms for now, since I do have tall nuts. And since these guys together can do a lot of damage. especially with these guys backing them up, or fronting them up, as it may be. Alright. I don't know what the record for this is, but I know people have gotten at least into the 70s in terms of flags. Each stage is 2 flags. So you see, I've done 2 stages, but it gives me credit for 4 flags. Ah, naked walnut. I mean, tall nut. Not that I object to nudity in general, but in this case I need my defenses. So as you can see, my setup protects me very well from just the regular frontal attack. At least from these types of zombies. But what I'm worried about is the types of zombies that can somehow bypass your defenses, like diggers, balloon zombies, gargantuars and their imps, those sorts. So I think there are only 2 plants I haven't demonstrated so far. The winter melon and the cob cannon. But believe me, on the roof levels, if not sooner, I will definitely want to demonstrate them. Because they can really make a difference. Pogo zombies aren't going to be able to do much. Anyway, as I said, I've only gotten to 10 flags on this, although I've only tried it once. So I'm not the best person to offer expert strategies. But there are videos elsewhere on YouTube that will give you such strategies, how to get to, you know, whatever ungodly number of flags on Survival Endless. Yeah, okay, from now on, I will not have put a Crazy Dave plant in the last slide, because that tall nut is blocking my view of the cost. So I'll just put something whose cost I know, and won't change. It would be very useful if there was an equivalent of a golden magnet, but for sun. Because as I plant more twin sunflowers, this is going to get a bit out of hand. Just the amount of time I have to spend clicking on the suns to collect them. Alright, we got 12 damage per round on each spot now. Each lane. Of course, only 6 if they, you know, cheap it out like that. Still be enough to get them. I said it should still be enough. Thank you. I'd love to invest in some Tangle Kelp, but it takes up a slot I really can't afford to use on other stuff. Okay, it looks like I can... You know what, this might be a good level to put in some Melon Pulse, since they have the screen door zombies.